What's going on, guys? So today we're going to build this personal website from scratch. We'll use Vue and Tailwind to build the site, and then we'll deploy it using Netlify. We'll also hook up a custom domain. So we'll go to complete start to complete finish, to starting the project and deploying the project. So for this awesome site, the Shred Flanders here, we have an about page, we have a get in touch page, a contact page. We have our LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram and such. Open up the LinkedIn here. Oh yeah, I did. Friends with Shred Flintstone and Shreddy Krueger, lover of frosted shredded wheat. Oh my lord. And then for the mobile menu, will be set up for mobile as well. We have this nice transition for the menu and the hamburger button here. So that middle span, there's actually two spans in the same spot. And then when you open the menu, they rotate one of them 45 degrees, the other negative 45 degrees, and then they change the color too. And we'll build that out. So to get into the project, you want to have the Vue CLI installed. And if you don't have it installed, you can go to cli.vuejs.org. Scroll down to this getting started, and then you'll run one of these, whether using npm or yarn, and that'll be a global installation, so it won't matter what directory you're in when you run that. And I already have it, so I'm not going to run it. And then in my code directory here, we can create a project using the Vue CLI. So I'll run Vue create, and then the name of the project, which will be Shred Flanders. And then I'll do the manually selecting features. We'll add the router. And then we'll remove the linter formatter, pressing spacebar to select and deselect these, hitting enter when you're ready. I'll do version 2. And history mode, yes please. And we'll store those in the dedicated config files rather than all of them in the package.json. And save this as a preset for future projects. No thank you. So that'll create the project. And then we'll change directory into the project. And then we'll add Tailwind by running Vue add Tailwind. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So the Tailwind config file, the way Tailwind works is it looks in the root of your project for a tailwind.config file. And that's where you can add customizations to Tailwind. Any fonts, colors, spacing, etc. So if you select full, it'll bring all of the default styles of Tailwind into the config file, and you can add to it if you want to customize it. And with the minimal, the file is basically empty and you can just add whatever additions you'd like. Open the code editor with code period, and we'll start the development server with npm run serve. Pull in this code editor here. And now we'll get rid of any files or any styles that we don't need. So I'll get rid of these styles. We'll want the router views. That's how we'll see different pages. Get rid of this nav for now. About and home page, we'll keep those, but we can get rid of this hello world component. And the import of the component. And we'll get rid of the rendering of the component and the view image there. I'll also remove this home class for now too. Won't need this. Also remove the about class and the hello world component itself. So in the index HTML, just put in some kind of global classes here. Let's do a basic font sans and a black background on the body tag there. And then we'll also bring in font awesome. That's where I got the icons that were up on the top right up there with the Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook and such. So we'll just grab the CDN for font awesome. Go back to the home page here. I can't find hello world, it looks like. That's because I deleted it. Forgot to save it. Forgot to save the file. Go ahead and save all these. There we go. So font awesome CDN, just Google that. Top result has it there. And we'll get the min of the all here. And copy that. And then we'll just paste that in here. Good to go there. So in our main app.js file, we'll start creating the navigation bar that will be on every page. I'll give it a border and a border white just to kind of see the container that we're putting it in. I'll remove those borders later. We'll do a justify between and hidden because we won't be viewing it on mobile because I have a separate mobile menu. We'll just show it on the large breakpoint. And a width 10 out of 12, almost a full width. A height of 16, MX, margin X auto to center it. And then margin Y, give it some space on the top and bottom. And yeah, we'll be showing it on the bigger breakpoints. So on large, we'll do a flex box. And there we go. So we'll have our navigation over there, our icons and everything over here, and then the logo in the center. So for the nav, we'll do a nav tag. We'll do a self-center to center it vertically. We'll do a width of 5 out of 12, a little less than half. So we'll have this on the left side and then the icons on the right side. And so we'll make those a little less than half of the width, and then we'll put the logo in the center. And then do an unordered list for the items that are in the navigation. And for each list item being one of those navigation items. We'll do a margin right 8, just give a little bit of space on the right of each one. We'll do text large and text white. Also make it a cursor pointer. When you put the mouse over the navigation item. And it's an internal link, so we'll do a router link. And that'll go to, the first one will be the home page. which we're calling portfolio. And then I'll replicate this 2 more times with Option Shift and down a couple times. We'll call the About page About Me, and we'll call the contact page Get in Touch. And so that'll go to /contact, and this one will go to /about. Save that. All right, looking good. It looks like it's right on this border, but this border will not be here because I'm just kind of showing the container that we're putting it all in. But this border won't be here, so it'll be good to go. That'll look good. Now we'll do the right side where we have those icons. So that'll also be a width that's a little less than half, and also a height of 16. And we're going to do a flex N to send it to the right side. And these are external links, so we'll do an anchor tag. Grab these links over here. Got our Shred Flanders Instagram. Do a target equals _blank to open it in a new tab if they click on it. We'll do margin Y auto to center it vertically. So you can do either way there. Cursor pointer. And we'll do a margin left of 7 to give those a little space between each item. And we'll do the Font Awesome icon, which is registered as a text. So we'll do text 2XL, text white, and the Font Awesome brands, and Font Awesome Instagram. So I'll select this and also replicate this one with Option Shift down. I'll go ahead and switch out these different links. And yes, I definitely made a Shred Flanders account for all of these sources. You know, if you're going to buy a domain, shredflanders.com, you have to go all in. So this is the Facebook. We will change that to Facebook. This is the LinkedIn, so we'll do LinkedIn. And Twitter, we will make the Twitter icon. And I did not spell Target at all. There we go. Save that. And it's wrong. We want that to the right side, and it's not flex end, it's justify end. Save that, and there we go. And now I'll just put the logo in the center there. So that'll go into assets here, and I'll grab a logo that I made. It's a little hidey ho here, which I made on Canva, just some text that I took a screenshot of. Pretty much a designer now. And I'll grab this Shred Flanders image. Hilarious. This is actually a metal band that had a t-shirt of this, and I was like, that is awesome. So we'll put that logo in between these in the center, and that will be a link to the home page. So we'll do a router link to the home page. Then we'll put an image tag, and the source, we'll do the @ which is the source / assets, and then the Heidi Ho. Unreal. Glass, we'll do a self-center to center that. We'll do a width of 24 and a height of 24. I'll get rid of this border. And there we go. Looking good. Now we'll get the rest of this home page here. So we'll go to Home View. We'll change this to a header tag. Do a width of 10/12, almost a full width. MX Auto to center it. Give it some margin top and bottom, and we'll center the text. On large breakpoints, we'll give it a little more space on the top and bottom. Do an H1 tag for the Shred Flanders. Give it a text 4XL. A little bit of margin top and bottom. On large breakpoints, we'll give it a little more space. Also on large breakpoints, we'll make the text a little bigger as well, and put it in the brackets to put in a custom value. And we'll make it a little more bold with the font medium and text white. And Shred Flanders. So the other ones, we'll make an H2, keep it semantic, so there's only one H1 tag. We'll go ahead and make that the same size though, with the same spacing and such. We'll do text green, the level 400 of green, and guitar shredder. Create this new line again, and we'll make that a text white and say web developer. Looking good. So we'll add that image there. And we'll go from the source again, and assets, and the Shred Flanders. Give it a height of 56. MX Auto to center it. Margin Y of 12. And border 4. And border green, same level of green as the text above. On larger breakpoints, we'll give it more height. Yeah, amazing. So the about page, we'll do a width of, you guessed it, 10 out of 12. I should probably just make a container of a width 10 out of 12 and put this all in there, but here we are. MX Auto to center it, text center. Do the H1. Text 2XL. And text center. And text white. Hi diddly do, neighbor. Oh my god. So now we'll do the contact page. After that super intricate about page. Contact view dot view. We'll also need to set this up in the router. So I'll copy this about configuration here. Do my Option Shift down. Put the comma there. Change this to contact. And the name to contact. And the component that we're importing for this will be the contact view.view in the views folder. So, put in our template here. Do a div with the classes of, with 10 out of 12. MX Auto to center it. Margin Y 12, some space on the top and bottom. Centering the text. On large, giving it some more space. Do an H1. We'll do text 2XL, text center, text white. Give me a call diddly all. Absolutely ridiculous. Now we'll put the image there. We'll toss that in a div and do MX Auto and some space on the top and bottom. Image tag, the source is from the source assets and shred Flanders. Do a height of 56. MX Auto to center it. Save that. We got the About page and the Contact page. Look at him go. So now we'll get the mobile going, the mobile menu. We'll create a component in the components folder here. We'll call it mobile nav. Do the template. Do a div with the class. And so on large breakpoints, this is going to be hidden. We're going to put the logo back on just the mobile version. So we'll do a router link. Do a display block. Width of 24. MX Auto to center it. Margin top bottom 7. It's going to link to the home page. Do our image tag with the source, linking to our logo. Do a width of 24, height of 24 on that logo again. Go to the mobile version here. Now we'll do the hamburger button where I had the 3 lines. Those are done with spans inside of a div. And it's actually 4 spans because the middle one is actually 2 spans in the same spot. So that div container will do an absolute position. We'll do a top 0, putting it at the top of the screen. And then right 3, bringing it away from the right of the screen a tiny bit. Z10 for the Z index, bringing it ahead. And a width and height of 12. Then we'll create those 4 spans. These will be inline block. Width of 8. Height of 0.5. Absolute positioned and rounded with a small radius. Do a top 7 and a background of white. And we are not showing the navigation yet. And so to do that, we'll need to export this component. The name is mobile nav. This needs to be inside a script. And it's trying to help me and getting in the way. Bring this up, option up. Save that. And then our app.view. Need the script tags here as well. Stop trying to help me. So we'll import the mobile nav from our components folder and the mobile nav.view. We'll go ahead and export default, the name of the app component that we're in, and we'll register the mobile nav component. Go up here and then we'll place the mobile nav component. Save that. So this mobile nav will always show, and then we have the router view that goes to different pages. So the mobile nav will show on every page. And then this is also the desktop navigation, which is hidden on smaller breakpoints, and then on the bigger breakpoint and showing the desktop nav. And it's broke. When I added it, it must have auto imported it so that I have it twice, and it registered it twice. Save that, and there we go. So there's the top line of our hamburger menu. And remember, we'll have 3 more because there'll be 2 at the same spot for the middle line, which they'll both rotate 45 degrees. So we'll add 3 more spans. So go back to the mobile nav. Select this span, Option Shift down. And these will have the animation, so we'll do a duration here of 500. We'll give this second one a top of 9, bring it down a little bit further than the top one. We'll give this one a top 9 to put it in the same spot. Also give this the duration 500. And then the bottom one, top 11, bring it even further down a bit. Looking good. And so now we'll need a event listener. So when we click on that, we assign classes dynamically to rotate these spans. So on the div here, the container, I'll put the click event here. And we'll have a click event handler called toggle menu, which we'll have to create. And so we'll want to hide the top and bottom span. So I'll do a dynamic class here. And we'll have a property that we'll also create called menu open. And if menu open is true, we'll give it a hidden class. And if it's false, we'll do inline block. And I'll copy this and put it on the bottom one as well. Keeping that quote. And then on the middle spans, these are the ones that will rotate. I'll throw these dynamic classes in here as well. And then so this one, when the menu is open, we want to rotate negative 45 degrees. So we got the minus rotate there. And we'll also change the color to background green 400, matching the other shades of green that we have. And then when menu open is false, rotate back to 0. And I'll copy these except for the minus sign, because that'll be a positive 45 degrees rotation. And it looks like I'm missing some quotes here. So we have the toggle menu that we need to create, which manages the menu open property, and then assign the classes as needed. So we'll do our data, which has to return an object, and we'll do menu open, which will be false by default. And then we'll do the methods here, which is an object, and we will create a method called toggle menu, which will say this dot menu open is equal to the opposite of whatever this dot menu open is. So if it's true, it'll turn it to false. Save that. There we go. Looks good. I get the two lines in the middle there, the same spot. The top and bottom one disappearing. The middle one's changing color as well. And now we want to create the menu coming in and out. So we'll create that menu, and first we'll create a container that the menu slides in and out of. We'll give that an absolute position. Do a top 0, putting it at the top, and a right 0, putting it all the way to the right. We'll do a width of 48. And then overflow hidden, so that when the menu slides out, we're not able to scroll to the right. And a height of 96. I guess I'll toss a border on this so that we can see the container that the menu is sliding in and out of. There we go. So the menu will be in here. And now for the menu itself, that'll also be in absolute position with the flex. We'll do flex column because the items will be going up and down rather than horizontally. Do a justify between with a 48. This will also have a transition, a duration of 500. And background of black. We'll give this a border of white also. And also a height of 96. So we'll do a negative right 100 to hide the menu. So here we'll also check for that menu open property and give a dynamic class as needed. And so if menu is open, we'll do a negative translate x 0. And if it's not open, we'll do a translate x full. Bring it back to the right negative 100. Save that. So click this, it comes out, and then hides back. So that's looking good. And this is our container that's absolute with the overflow hidden on this border here. So, working nicely. And now we'll populate that with our navigation items. So we'll create a nav tag, and we'll center those as well. Put the items in an unordered list with a flex column, padding top 5, giving them some space. List item, margin Y of 2, margin right of 8, text white, and cursor pointer. This will be an internal link, so we'll do a router link. It'll be to the home page, which we're calling portfolio. And then I'll duplicate this. And change these up. This will be the about page. And this will be the contact page. So this one will go to /about. And this will go to /contact. Nice, looking good. Go ahead and get rid of this border now. Where was that? Right here. There we go. Now we'll add the icons. We'll put those in a div. We'll do flex on that as well, a flex column. Margin bottom of 5. External links, so an anchor tag, and target spelled correctly with the underscore blank to open it in a new tab. And we'll give some space between each item. Make sure that the cursor turns into a pointer. And do margin left 7. And then the icon itself, we'll do the text XL, text white, font awesome brands, and font awesome Facebook for the Facebook icon. I'll replicate this. Throw these links in here. Make this one the Instagram, that one Facebook, and then this will be the LinkedIn, and this will be the Twitter. Save that. Open this up again. Beautiful. The icons there looking good. And the only issue now is that when you click on one of these navigation items, it goes to the other page, but the menu button stays open. So we'll want to make sure that this closes whenever a navigation item is clicked. And so to do that, we're going to do another click event, and we're going to have an event handler that turns the menu open to false. And so we can put that click event on this unordered list and listen for it there. And we'll create a handler called close menu. And down here, with our methods, we will create the method close menu, and that will set this dot menu open to false. Now if we try that, we go to a page, it closes. Looking good. Okay. So I think we're all set. It's looking good at different breakpoints. So let's launch this baby. Go to netlify.com. And click on add new site here. And actually we're going to have to make sure that this is connected to our GitHub. So we'll go to GitHub first, because then we'll import it through our GitHub. Let's go in here, create a new repository, which I'm of course calling Shred Flanders. And click create repository. And then we'll do this push from an existing repository from the command line. And copy these 3 commands. We'll shut down the development server, paste those in here. And then we'll create the remote branch. And we'll do our git add dot to add all of the changes. We'll do a git commit -m, and our git message will be create awesome site. And then we'll push that to our remote repository with git push -u origin main. Awesome. So back in Netlify here, and now if we import an existing project, we can choose GitHub. Then we'll go to our Shred Flanders project. Branch to deploy is the main branch. This is all default stuff, looking good. Got our dist folder. You can just click deploy site. So that's going to start building the site, and it'll give us a domain already. It's kind of this at netlify.app, but we can connect our own custom domain. I'll show you how to do that. Go to domain settings here. And add custom domain. You can bring a domain name that you already own or buy a new one. And type in your domain name and hit verify. And so I actually already verified this one as I did it previously before recording the video. So I'll show you how to do it with a domain name that is not already verified. You'll go to check DNS configuration here. You go ahead and click that. And then it'll tell you the IP address that you should point the domain to. So then you go to your domain registrar and you point the domain to that IP address. And it'll also give you some Netlify name servers so that your domain's name servers are pointing to Netlify. And then to make sure that it's using the secure version, the HTTPS, you click Verify DNS Configuration. This is on the same page that you were on earlier. So if I go to HostGator and sign in, this is where I got my domain. So I'll show you how to point the IP address and change the name servers and whatnot. I'll log in here. And go to domains. And this is for the name servers. You'll have your name servers here, and you'll have a button that says change name servers. And then you can click manually set my name servers. And so you can change them from the HostGator name servers that were already there and change those to those 4 name servers that Netlify gave you. And it may need to propagate, but this is what will verify your DNS with Netlify. And then click name servers here. And they don't have the best user interface, but that worked. And then go back to your dashboard and then launch your cPanel. You'll go down to domains and you get your zone editor here. And you go to your domain and hit manage. And then you would point your domain to the IP address that they gave you by hitting edit here. And then you do your www subdomain and then give it a CNAME that points to your root domain. And so like I said, I already did it. And you might have to hit this verify DNS again. And you'll want to click force HTTPS. And once that's all done and propagated, you can go to your custom domain and there it will be. Shred Flanders is live. Okay, well I hope that helped you out. Any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'll do another video where I just deploy it straight to HostGator. I'll do npm run build and get the production ready files of the Vue app and then place that on the server at HostGator where I won't use Netlify. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that one. Feel free to like and or subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.